Speaking of Tottenham's projects, I mean, Pochettino seems to be pretty much done going to Chelsea. I know you're scared of Chelsea coming back, mounting an actual title challenge next season. Is Pochettino the right man?
Boy, to say he's the right man is questionable, but can he be the right man? Why not? I mean, he clearly, I would say, in recent years, he has been Tottenham's best manager. If we're being real, I mean, maybe it's not saying a lot, but he's the one who's able to get the most out of those players, out of the players he was working with. And let's be real, like a lot of the team that was put together was thanks to him. So if Pochettino is now given arguably a better squad, he probably could produce more. Or here's the flip side, his expectations have increased. Will more pressure added on his plate be the telling factor for whether or not he's able to perform with Chelsea? Right? Because we always look at managers, how well they do, and then they buck up on Chelsea. They start to become the Chelsea manager, and it's like a whole new thing has come into play. A whole new result for them has come into play. And we saw that with Graham Potter recently. So I wonder if the same effect is going to happen to Pochettino. Well, this is all hypothetical. He hasn't moved there yet, but I wonder if that would happen to him because, I mean, he clearly can produce good football, but then it's about what are his expectations? What would Pochettino have to do at Chelsea for us to say he's been successful?
I think in the first season, at least, he's got to get the team together. I mean, this is the reason why we don't talk about Chelsea. They all look disconnected. They don't really care about. I can understand the results, but there's a clear disconnect between a lot of the players with each other and the fans. And the question for me is, Pochettino was free in September of 2022 when they sacked Thomas Tuchel. Why didn't they go for him back then? Right? I'm pretty sure he was on their list from what I saw, and it just again goes back to they really rushed into things when they appointed Graham Potter back in September. They supposedly did their due diligence, spent 3-4 weeks on him, trying to actually make sure he's the right man. And I think he could be. Statistically, this may be surprising to all of you, but Chelsea have been decent this season, winning the ball high up the field. And that's what Pochettino wants to do, right? With high intensity. But the thing for me is, can he get the players together on their side to play for the club, to play for each other? I mean, maybe, but I think that's where he kind of failed at PSG, right? But okay, different story because PSG, you've got Mbappe, Messi, all these star players who may not necessarily want to listen to him and follow his high intensity football, whereas Chelsea are a very young side. So it
Yeah,
could
that's a
be.
great point you bring up because I was thinking about that when making a comment, like that Pochettino has had an opportunity to work with big names and big expectations, but you're right. I think the level at PSG, as far as the personalities go, is far different than what you're getting at Chelsea. I mean, who can we look at Chelsea that we can really say is of that caliber in terms of name, and not just name, personality, right? Because I think of Neymar and Mbappe, as far as their personalities, is quite different than even say a Sterling. Sterling, I feel like is not gonna give that type of pushback. And this is all just, speculation. Really don't know what happens inside the dressing room. But you guys you let me know. You let me know if you think if what I'm saying makes sense or if I'm being just too if I'm not comparing apples to apples here, right? Am I comparing apples to oranges or what?
Yeah.
So
Well,
let me know.
we don't know how it's going to turn out at Chelsea for Pochettino, but one thing is for sure, his career trajectory is something that it's like he's wanting you to hate him. First he rose to fame at Tottenham, now he goes to Chelsea. Where's he going to go next? To City?
That's all we have time for today. Guys, thanks for tuning in as always. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. Remember to subscribe, to leave comments, and share with your friends. Follow us on social media at FOTB Pod. Don't forget to leave a review, rating, and most importantly, don't forget to turn on those notifications. Join us again next time as we discuss the highly anticipated upcoming Premier League action. Thanks again as always. See you then.